Breaking news: the Lagina brothers have just found something that made them shudder, and the once buzzing dig ended abruptly. What terrifying mystery have they concealed? The reality they discovered might never be accepted by the world. The History Channel's popular reality series The Curse of Oak Island has come under fire in recent weeks following the discovery of some centuries-old indigenous artifacts, which prompted local officials to shut down a large portion of the show's dig operation, causing several archaeologists to be sent packing. Fans are already speculating as to whether the Laginas and their crew will ever experience a return to normal, not to mention the future of Oak Island. During the final dig on the island, the Lagina brothers and their crew unearthed a bizarre find leading to the closure of Excavation. While the Lagina brothers and metal detector specialist Gary Drayton have mostly found mud, wood, and other metal implements on the 140 acres of the purportedly cursed Oak Island, they have also found a number of rare artifacts. But what precisely are these insane discoveries they managed during the final excavation? In the whimsical realm of Oak Island, there is yet another challenge for the men on the Curse of Oak Island. In an effort to prevent them from digging on the island, the Canadian government intervened. Finding underground entrances to what they think is the riches was the objective, though regrettably, bureaucracy is getting in the way. The team discovered what could have been a hidden room next to the garden shaft. Doug engaged Dummies Contracting Limited to come in and work as excavators to dig them down and into these potential chambers. He did this by giving them a call. They think they have discovered pathways leading to a potential hidden treasure on the island. The crew was forced to wait since it would take 50 days to descend 75 feet. As a result, they thought they may have just discovered a network of tunnels and chambers leading to the fabled hidden wealth. Additionally, they think one of the artifacts they discovered was of Viking provenance, which is much older than they had anticipated. But there is a new issue now. The hiring of excavators, according to the Canadian government, indicates that the Lagina brothers require a mining warrant, even though they are not officially mining. Red tape has once again turned the authorities against the crew searching for wealth. Not all fans, though, appeared shocked. The Canadian government wants to stop a group of well-documented gold diggers from blindly rebuilding a wooden shaft that descends to an unknowable depth on an island where 6 treasure hunters have already perished doing the same thing, and they're the bad guys in this situation, a fan wrote on Reddit. The Canadian government has already meddled with the Lagina brothers' search for treasure on the Curse of Oak Island. They stopped conducting a significant portion of the island's excavation work in 2021. The Lagina brothers' crew discovered many hundred-year-old indigenous artifacts at this time. The crew found First Nation MCM pottery fragments on the island during Season 9. Marty Lagina stated in an episode at the time that they would avoid using archaeological techniques as they awaited the outcome of the situation. The only change that came as a consequence was a tightening of the show's rules. The brothers switched from conventional archaeological approaches to unconventional digging tactics at that time. This season, they improved on that by mapping out places beneath the island using modern technology, allowing them to locate hints and potential entrance routes without needlessly excavating. But the excavation led to a fresh dispute with the Canadian authorities. Will obstacles keep standing in the way of the Lagina brothers' search for the lost fortune on the Curse of Oak Island? Who knows? In the 6th-season episode Voyage to the Bottom of the Coat, things take a worrying turn as treasure seeker Marty Lagina makes the optimistic but hasty declaration, "Here we are in H8, we're going to keep looking. What may possibly fail?" When metal detecting specialist Gary Drayton discovers a possible top pocket discovery amid the loot, the squad has no notion of the fate that is about to befall them. Coming from the more optimistic of the 2 treasure-hunting Lagina brothers, these words have an especially ominous ring to them. In a recent episode, the action in the Money Pit area came to a similar sudden halt when someone found what could be a bone fragment. The more the Lagina brothers and their team excavate, the closer they reach the legendary treasure. It's been almost a decade since they worked on unearthing the truth, but unfortunately, they never reached such a great height until now. This season left them and their fans shocked when they brought such discoveries to the audience's platter. However, things will take to the next level in The Curse of Oak Island Season 10, Episode 25, when the new discoveries connect all the pieces together. So, are they close to locating the treasure? Well, fans are curious to learn this, and the hits keep coming. The next episode will solve another enigma on Lot 5. Laird Niven resumes his excavation work. The crew will search for the secret bar beneath the triangle-shaped marsh. As they move on, the team will continue digging, but they will soon get startling information that links Lot 5 to the triangle-shaped marsh. When the crew keeps digging in Money Pit, they'll also discover a remarkable find. They are now more prepared than ever to solve the puzzle. Marty, Craig, and Charles have been getting ready to go down the 82-foot shaft for the past week. The crew didn't think there could be a tunnel underneath the shaft's terminus since one of the sides kept sinking. They chose to independently verify it. Despite this theory, Charles made the decision to go first and offer his services to everybody. But he had to go through specialized training first in order to achieve this. He descended and observed the garden shaft's dropping corner. After what he had seen, the group decided to dig at the bottom to see if there were any potential tunnels nearby. Marty, though, placed a hold on it. He intended to perform a self-check but needed more time to complete his dedicated training. Meanwhile, Alex, Rick, and Peter traveled to Italy to consult Umberto Musa, a specialist in coins and artifacts from antiquity. He examined the coins and found Oak Island had some ties to the Roman Empire as well. This happened as a result of one of the coins being a Roman coin. Byzantine gold coins were weighed against another coin to determine whether or not they were genuine. Laird Niven's continuing drilling on Lot 5 resulted in their most recent finding. In the meantime, Rick kept searching for answers in the area known as Nolan's Cross, but for the time being, the group keeps looking into the enigmatic circular depression in the marsh. They discovered ceramic shards and charcoal fragments that they surmise may be remnants of a cooking pot or a campfire. The lead artifact that was discovered in the swamp is examined by experts in the war room. They think it is a lead cross and that it was probably made in France. This could be proof that the French had anything to do with the Oak Island enigma. The group looked for tunnels beneath the garden shaft using a probing drill. They discovered a little quantity of wood that could be proof of a tunnel. The discovery of the treasure on Oak Island was not only a triumph for the Lagina brothers and their team, but also a demonstration of human tenacity and the enduring appeal of adventure. Early settlers in the region heard tales of a dying crew member of Captain Kidd's ship, who claimed that Kidd had hidden £2 million worth of treasure on the island. In 1799, Daniel McGinnis came across a dip in the ground while looking for a place to build a farm. Believing it fit the legend surrounding Kidd, he sought help to dig. With two others, he unearthed a layer of flagstones 2 feet below the surface. Later accounts report finding oak platforms every 10 feet, adding to the enduring mystery of Oak Island. The previous accounts only reference marks, but various legends also mention tool marks or pick scratches on the hole's walls. The soil was not as well packed as the surrounding soil and appeared visibly loose. The 3 men reportedly stopped digging at a depth of 9.1 meters, 30 feet, due to superstitious fear. In an alternative version of the story, all 4 main characters are depicted as teenagers. According to this account, McGinnis first discovered the slump in 1795 while on a fishing excursion. The rest of the story follows the same sequence as the original, with logs being discovered as the focal point. However, it ends with the 4 individuals giving up after reaching their limit. For more updates on recent discoveries, remember to subscribe. They continued excavating until reaching a depth of around 90 feet, 27 meters, where they discovered layers of logs or marks spaced about 10 feet, 3 meters, apart. They also uncovered a large stone with engraved symbols, along with layers of charcoal, putty, and coconut fiber. When the hole unexpectedly filled with water up to a depth of 60 feet, 18 meters, excavation became increasingly difficult. The alleged dig was finally abandoned after multiple unsuccessful attempts by workers to recover the treasure from below. Efforts were made to excavate a tunnel starting at a second shaft, but it too became flooded. The most successful company before public awareness of the site was the Truro Company, which was reportedly established in 1849 by a group of investors. Re-excavation of the hole reached a depth of 86 feet, 26 meters, below the surface, but once again, it overflowed. Subsequently, a decision was made to drill 5 boreholes into the original shaft using a pod auger. Recently, scientists have made what appears to be a strange discovery in space. Could this be evidence of an alien species? To learn more, click the next post. Meanwhile, the Oak Island team stepped back to allow the Dumas Contracting Company to begin drilling. In this episode, the company is fully prepared for the job. Could new discoveries be on the horizon? How did the team overcome challenges to progress toward their goal? Most importantly, where is the buried treasure? Stay tuned as the search for the long-hidden wealth continues. Early in the morning, the drilling company started planning how to dig the yard shaft. Over 6 hours, the flooded water had to be drained from the garden shaft, followed by the removal of debris and artifacts. Wooden sets had to be added, and the underground tunnel had to be cleared for exploration. The first step in this process involved assembling a powerful tool called the hammer grab, which weighs over 3 tons and is used for excavation. After the dig, the team planned to construct new 8-foot-tall wooden levels to establish a connection to the confirmed but still unexplored tunnel. Various artifacts discovered by the Oak Island team in previous drilling efforts have proven the tunnel's existence. Some of the water that was pumped out has been analyzed and found to contain traces of gold and other materials. However, one striking observation was that the water covered in gold did not appear to originate from the garden shaft. Instead, it seemed to flow from the baby blob, located west of the garden shaft. The baby blob was found to contain the highest concentration of metal and artifacts compared to other areas of the money pit. Through past research and excavation, the team remains hopeful about the discoveries to come during and after the expansion of the shaft area. Many people are excited about the potential finds and curious about their origins. By examining maps and past observations, the team determined the best excavation strategy. The garden shaft was identified as the optimal starting point for the extension, given its accessibility at various heights and its flat surface. This operation allows for up to 880 feet of underground area to be excavated, explored, and monitored, a significant area that could yield numerous artifacts. One thing is certain, this operation holds great potential, despite the challenges the team may face. Fortunately, some of these obstacles can be easily resolved with the help of their partners at Dumas Contracting Limited. The drilling company provides invaluable assistance in accessing areas with dense metal materials and can also support additional excavation efforts if needed.